Okay, so let's talk about the AWS Resource Access Manager or RAM for short. So you are going to share AWS resources. So you are going to share AWS resources that you own with other AWS accounts, and with this you can do it from any account or just accounts within your organization. So this is allowing you to avoid the resource duplication. So what can you share with the RAM? So what things can you share with them? You can share VPC subnets, for example, which is very helpful and one of the best use case for RAM, which allows you to have all the resources launched within the same subnet, and all these things, all these subnets, and all these subnets then must be from the same AWS organizations. You cannot share security groups through, and you cannot share default VPC. The participants can manage their own resources within the subnets, but the participants cannot view, modify, or delete resources that belong to other participants or the owner. So they only share the networking really. You can also share a transit gateway or Route 53 resolver rules, and DNS firewall rules, groups, firewall groups, and so on, or the license manager configuration. So, there's like some other stuff you can share. I'm just gonna do the list here. So Aurora DB cluster, SCM private authority, Amazon certificate manager private authority, certificate authority, code build, project, elastic compute cloud, EC2, dedicated host, capacity reservation, AWS Glue catalog. AWS Glue is all of the ETL pipeline and ULE pipeline, data regulator stuff does that. Database and table, network firewall policies, resource groups, and we have system manager, assistant, incidents, outpost we have, and the AWS outpost, and the list like the goes on and on, and it will not update it. Okay, so now that's one of the most important use case from like an example, and from an exam perspective for resource access manager is for the VPC. So in this example we have a VPC and there's a VPC owner, and it has a private subnet, but this VPC is going to be shared with account 1 and account 2. So each account is going to be responsible for its own resources. Okay, so now they cannot view and modify or delete other resources in other account. So for example, if I deploy an EC2 instance and ALB in account 1, then the account 2 will have an EC2 instance. They can communicate with one another, but they cannot view each other. Okay, so because they are in separate accounts, and then your database may sit in a private subnet of the VPC owner. Private subnet RDS, Amazon RDS considered the private subnet of the VPC owner, and so network is shared. So that means that all these things can talk to each other, and these applications can access each other using private IPs. So this avoids the needs, for example, to do a VPC peering. So now security group can also be referenced across accounts for maximum security, which is very helpful. So that's it for the RAM. Just a very short lecture really. But what you have to remember is that you can share resources across accounts, and this would give you a good hint for the exam. Alright, that's it. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next lecture.